I'm muted. I'm muted. I'm muted. I'm muted. I'm literally crashing. I'm literally crashing out and having a breakdown. Okay, so here's what happened today. So at around noonish, I get an email saying, we've charged $50 to your account at the doctor's office to renew prescriptions. I'm like, excuse me, but I'm part of a freaking thing. Like, I'm a part of a program that allows me to get my prescriptions renewed for a yearly fee. They should charge me the yearly fee, but instead they charged me per prescription because of course they fucking did, because they make more money that way. So I'm like, so I call them and they're closed for lunch. It won't give any information because they're closed for lunch. Fine. It says check back after lunch. So after their lunch hour, I call them back. Phones aren't being answered until 3:30. Fuck! If I start my stream now at 1:30, am I going to actually remember to do this at 3:30? So I'm like, you know what? I've got shit to do. I've got some stuff I need to like take care of. Other emails to address. Everything should be fine. I'll be starting late, but it'll be fine. So I wait till 3:30. I call them at 3:30, and what are they? And it takes me forever to get through. And they're just like, well, actually, we don't have anyone in the office right now who can talk to you about this. You'll have to call back at 4:30 when the actual crew arrives. This is just information about what's going to happen at 4:30. I'm like, I'm not waiting till 4:30. I'm not waiting till 4:30. I'm not waiting till 4:30. So I've asked my cousin to make a phone call at 4:30 because after all, it's coming out of their bank account. Technically, I guess I'm part of that bank account now, but I don't fucking care. They aren't supposed to be charging me for individual freaking re-ups on my prescriptions. You signed up for this thing, it should just be renewing. Every other place I work, every other place that I've ever done stuff like this with, just like they just charge the yearly fee because that's what they're supposed to do. Anyways, that's the reason why I'm late today. I got all the work done, which is good, but I am so frustrated right now. And I don't know if we can get this $50 waived because technically it's been put through a secondary company that actually manages all this shit. So if it was part of the doctor's office, we could usually just call the doctor's office and they go, "Oh yeah, no worry about it. We'll just get rid of that fee, no problem." Because, yeah, obviously this is a mistake, but because this is through a third party, guarantee we're probably still going to end up owing the $50. So annoying. Like, for anybody I understand who has, like, one prescription that they only use once a year, it is actually cheaper, or they only renew it, like, once a year. It's actually cheaper to just either go in and get it renewed, because it's free if you do that. And the reason is because our healthcare system works a certain way, a doctor has to physically sign the piece of paper and send it in. And because a doctor isn't getting paid in any way for that because there isn't a patient in the office, it's understandable, especially considering like where my doctor's office is. There's a lot of old people. So you can imagine coming in and having to do 300 prescriptions that you have to personally sign, send off, fax to dozens of different pharmacies, and you get $0 for doing any of that. I can understand that frustration. That makes total sense to me. I don't begrudge them being like, I should be paid for this. Because they should be paid for that. Oh, cheers, Cashy. And cheers also to Sai and the Bobs. But I feel bad because I wasted my time waiting this out, and it still isn't the right time to fucking call it. I'm done waiting. I'm done waiting. I wanted to do art. I was actually considering doing art off stream, but I don't like doing that because I feel like I start feeling really, really anxious about it, and I needed to focus on when I should call. Hey, that's so cool! Can you imagine? That is in response to the Bobs. Can you imagine actually being able to pull that shit? I agonize over having to do that shit, even though, like, one of the very few skills question mark that our mother gave us was to Karen our way into and out of things. I hate making people upset. I hate having people upset with me. And even though I very fucking well know how to do the thing to make the squeaky wheel happen so people actually go, yes, 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 we'll do that for you because they really want you to shut the fuck up. I get it, but I just don't like doing it. Is it okay to just not like doing it? I mean, your day can also be shitty. It can be shitty in different ways. The universe is not necessarily going to give us good days all the time. See, the shit level of your day is also valid. No worries, Psy Sniper. It can also suck. And you are okay on feeling that your situation also sucks. Sometimes it's shitty all over. Okay, so I need to look on. I do know what color one of these things is, but I want to make sure I've got all the colors correct before we start, so I can make a match and look pretty. Let's get this open here. Wait. Oh, my inventory. Oh, my inventory is full. What? If you're like, are you seriously still playing that Farmer versus Potatoes game? Yeah. I am. I don't know why I like it so much. But it's literally a game you check in once a day. I'll be running for the rest of my life. So that I'll think I will never want tonight. The world isn't working as we had it. Just go through here really quick. While Discord loads itself. Are you loaded? You are loaded. Excellent. Oh! Someone has said to us a reminder that perhaps there was going to be Sorry. Reading suddenly. Oh, sorry. I just got reminded again. So it was like poke in the middle of my head. What was I saying? Apparently there was a thought on potentially there being data about a commission, maybe, but maybe not. I don't remember offhand, but somebody recalls it. It may have been a couple of days ago as well, because I don't remember. Oh. I just realized this is inaccurate. This is William. I look over, I'm like, wait a second, what's with the titties? That's incorrect. Okay. Ensure the color making it pop. Lots of other color. Colored metal. Okay, we're definitely just going to start, lock all these. That's lock, lock, and lock. These can all go into the sketch bin. And then I'll turn that off. Nice. Close. Or not to question some of the... Oh, okay. This is one of the grapevine things of existing. But that's okay. That's cool. Yeah, don't ever look too deeply into what the ever-living shit Tim Hortons is doing. But I do believe that on April Fool's Day, they announced 3 new donut flavors that are not real. And I will tell you, I did look, because I was curious, because the one I actually might have tried, mostly just to try it, but apparently they were going to make a ketchup chips flavored donut. And I needed to know, there was a deep needing to know, so I went looking for that. Who even is Tim Horton? Tim Horton is a hockey player who, I believe he played for the Maple Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs, and when he retired, he opened a chain of cheap coffee houses. Blueberry muffin flavored drink. That's interesting. Squirrel flavored chips. That was not an April Fool's. No, the funniest one is April Fool's Tim Hortons. Yes, it was. Okay, the other one that I wanted to try was the Atlantic Lobster Eclair. So it's an eclair, which means like a donut cut in half with whipped cream in it, and but it would be toasted and brushed with brown butter and filled with chunks of Atlantic Canada lobster, topped with lemon sour cream and finished with chives and served warm. That sounds fantastic, but I'm also potentially way too weird to be allowed to have an opinion on that. But that sounds good to me. And the other one was the poutine donut. And to be fair, the first one caught my eye and made me go, "Oh, that's a bit deep and you know, high cuisine Michelin star nonsense for Timmy's." But you know, maybe they're trying something new. And then there was a ketchup chip cruller, and I'm like, no. And then there was the poutine donut, and I'm like, okay, fine. Yep, nope, this is okay, not alright. This is not okay. Because our yeast ring donut, so just the regular old-fashioned plain, is dipped with savory gravy fondant, and then topped with crispy golden fries and Canadian cheese curds. No! Stop it! You stop it right now! Yeah... Apparently he cut other tariffs. I'm not sure which ones, because the market's recovering, and I think he specifically did that to make the market not go into complete shit fit over the Chinese nonsense that he's pulling right now. So dumb. I thought they maybe... Well, squirrel makes sense for Cajun, and I mean that with all the love in my heart. I know some people who've eaten squirrel. It's a not uncommon thing to... as a young kid who's learning to hunt, to pick off squirrels, because there's no law against picking off squirrels that are destroying your property anyway. And then what are you gonna do with them? Well, you should use them, so they took them. Well, there's a number of factors that went into World War II specifically, considering the Great Depression, but when you're talking about the economic factors that went into Germany's choice to do terrible things, what kind of kicked that off was kind of the fallout from World War I. World War I came from kind of the fallout of a previous war that people don't talk about because it only involved 2-3 countries. But basically, when you get people to a point where... I'm talking about people, just everyday people. When you get people to a point where their resources are threatened, they're much easier to manipulate into potentially stupid actions. So if you create an incredible disparity between one country and another country, and then you say all our problems come from that country, and look how well they're doing, they're laughing in our faces. You might be like, wait a second, have I heard him say that recently? Yes, you have. It's kind of intensely familiar rhetoric for those of us who have, all my grandparents were veterans in World War II, okay? So, I grew up on war stories and war history. It just was a part of my growing up. So, when somebody goes off and starts saying all of these things, it just rings really loudly. Lots of alarm bells go off. But yeah, the whole idea is that because of that previous war, people were restricting Germany. After World War I, people were restricting Germany. They weren't trading with them. They weren't giving them any food or they weren't giving them anything. Because of that, Germany was really suffering. But the thing is, they were trading with all of everybody who was around Germany. And of course, Germany kind of used that. They also kind of were starving out Austria as well, because Austria was helping Germany and Germany was helping Austria. They were kind of working together as two little stooges on the world stage going, nobody's taking care of us, I guess we'll take care of each other, sort of thing. And, I mean, again, these are rough ideas, not true details. Definitely read up on it, but these are generalized facts about how this sort of things happened. So you're blaming immigrants, you're blaming the unemployed or the unemployable, you're blaming people of color, you're blaming people who are homeless for all of the woes, and not the fact that, people are mad about World War I. But that also kind of helped drive people to be angry about the situation and blaming other countries. So when different things happened and they started actually attacking other countries, I'm skipping over a little bit of history there. There was other takeovers and other rearrangements of the German government, but I'm not going to go into all that. When they actually started attacking other countries on a given level, while not all the German people were keen on it, because there definitely were some dissidents, and there were some dissidents who tried to protest and were kind of taken out horrifically. When that happened, the people who were angry at the world were fine with attacking Poland because, after all, Poland was one of those groups that was laughing in their face. Were they actually? No. Was this actually a whole plot of what became the Allied nations to torture Germany for creating the economic crisis? No. It was incidental. Everybody was going through a Great Depression. That's kind of what happens after you have a world war, and then people who don't know much about economics, because capitalism was new, economics on that kind of scale was new. We're working with democracies instead of feudalism. We're working with, presidents and prime ministers instead of kings and monarchies, because all the monarchies have kind of been thrown out in the last 100 years. So everything was still kind of new. And not necessarily untested, but there was definitely some testing that needed to happen. Like finding out the tariffs are a fucking bad idea. That needed to happen. Poland was not laughing. Poland was not laughing. But it's... I don't want to say Hitler, because Hitler wasn't the one who was kind of in charge of it, but basically, German politicians who were mad at their circumstances were saying that Poland was laughing at them. So attacking Poland made those who supported the government feel a whole lot better, because they were punishing the people who were laughing at them. So when you hear from certain governments in the US, like people saying, well, all those people in said country are laughing at us, they're making a mockery of us, those are precisely the same things, said in English instead of German, that were being said at the beginnings of World War II. The behavior of blaming other countries for daring to have a stronger economy. But the problem is that America had a strong economy coming into Trump's second thing. So how do you tank the economy so people are desperate enough to let Trump play out his potential World War II fantasy that I really hope isn't actually a thing, but really pattern-seeking parts of my brain say, oh my god, that's what's going on here. Well, you're going to have to crash the economy. You're going to have to create a situation where all of your allies suddenly dump you because you're completely unreliable as a trade partner. You create the same situation that was brewing in Germany in the 1930s. You have everybody turning against you and saying no thank you and doing their own thing, and now that all those allies are now absolutely in real life saying, yeah, no, US, whenever you cool your jets and figure what the fuck is going on, get back to us and maybe we'll think about trading with you again. He's creating an economic recession which will create massive inflation. That was the other thing that happened in Germany in the 1930s. It was massive inflation. The German... Oh, shit. It's not a franc brain. Whatever. The German currency in 1930s Germany went absolutely inflated to ridiculous degree because it had no value. It had no purchase power. It couldn't buy anything. And because it couldn't buy anything, it made economic matters so much worse. So, yeah. Like, in terms of predictions that I could easily make, Trump kind of let the rabbit out of the hat a little while ago about how he thinks that Fort Knox has no gold in it. Now, the thing is, the US dollar isn't technically a gold standard anymore. It used to be, and if you don't know what a gold standard is, basically the whole concept is you want to have something behind your pieces of paper that are just pieces of paper that has real world value. And for a very long time, not so much anymore, because, when you globalize, you can say that your money has value based on other monies. But for a very long time, the Federal Reserve in America had gold in it. And that gold was, ideally, dollar for dollar, had the same value as the dollars being used. It basically was a backup system so that if, I don't know, all the money went away, they still had gold. They still had, the country still has value. So if Trump lies and creates a situation where he points out, oh my God, the Fort Knox never had any gold in it to begin with. Our dollar has no real value. There's nothing backing it up. The value of the US dollar will tank. It will have no value versus other currencies anymore. That would be a very bad point to be in. Do I think he's going to do it? Well, him and Musk were saying like 2 months ago that they didn't think there was any gold in Fort Knox. And Trump is always really big on letting the rabbit out of the bag, isn't he? Yeah. Do I think he's gonna do it? Whenever the current stupidity with the trade tariffs starts to bore him, I figure he'll go back to that. Yeah, exactly, and that's another thing. And like the other half of this that I think a lot of people don't really understand is that Trump is old and he is declining, and I can say that gracefully. Like, I'm not saying it to be cruel to an old man who is an old man. If we ignore everything he's ever done and just look at his health and his mental decline, it's happening. Certainly, he's not as bad as Biden was towards the end of Biden's thing, because Biden was suffering and it really sucked. We keep voting in people who are way too old to be doing this job, especially when it's so stressful and it takes such a toll on their health and their mental health, but also just their physical health. How do you look up where a politician is? Generally speaking, you can do that on a wiki, usually. Unless they're hiding or something. Yeah, old and a sociopath if not an extra psychopath is absolutely true. But the other thing is that Trump is not necessarily going to be able to keep going at the rate he's going, I think. Like, again, these are analysis based on having watched a lot more news than I probably should be watching for my own mental health. But I feel like there is a decline there. So theoretically, maybe things might kind of possibly turn out okay, and my deep concerns about them trying to crash the American economy permanently in order to create such a ridiculous recession and depression that the American people get desperate enough to overlook who their allies used to be. And that's only just because, you know, as a person who lives in Canada, there's a little bit of danger there for me, right? I'm not just saying this based on, sorry. Why coughing? Oh, what was I saying? One of the few things that we, talking on the concept of he's old and a businessman. He's a failed businessman. Failed at least 6 times over. Failed businessman. Like, I've only been involved in one business failure, and technically I was fired before it began to decline. So I don't consider that... I would consider myself to be better at business than Donald Trump just based on the fact that I haven't had multiple situations where I could have just paid people and then turned a profit. Which I have to say probably everybody in this chat has done better than Donald Trump has in terms of the amount of bankruptcies you've been through. I doubt any of you have lost multi-million-dollar and billion-dollar businesses that should have made you rich for life without even sweating. Pretty sure that's a safe thing to say. I mean, another funny thing is, like, everyone's just like, oh, you know, Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet. One, he's not. There's Saudi princes who have way more money than he does. But we'll say the richest man in the U.S. He's also the man with the greatest amount of debt in the U.S. Like, everybody in the U.S. has more money than Elon Musk technically does if you actually look at his debts versus his assets. Every person in the U.S. is richer than Elon Musk. Every single person, because if we count his debts, he owes $40 billion. Dude, does anybody here owe $40 billion? No, you don't. You just don't. Like, think about that for a second. He has less money than everybody else in the world. And he keeps losing the assets that he's using to stave off somebody calling him up and saying, so about that $40 billion. He keeps losing money because everything's kind of going to shit on the markets. And, you know, because people are boycotting the shit out of him. And good. Good. Keep that up, everyone. We love to see it. It's just funny to me. Am I a terrible person for finding that funny? No, because he's a terrible person and I'm allowed to find it funny. I didn't want to find the cosmic horror mutant guitar flamethrower named Lizzie. Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about. The Warframe, right? That do sound like fun. Okay, we need to... Let's zoom out here. This will have an eventual background on top of it. I just need to, Like, I will never claim that I'm the perfect person to talk about any of this, but it's one of these things where my dad is a World War II junkie because his dad served during World War II. He's a merchant marine. Served with honors, both in the South Pacific and in the Atlantic. If you're like, what the fuck's a merchant marine? Basically, he guarded cargo with extreme prejudice. And people. Because, like, when you're trying to get people out of a country, and, you know, it's not like we have transatlantic flights, because they're both expensive and also uncommon, and also incredibly dangerous, considering people could shoot them down. So a lot of people were traveling by boat to get to Canada and the US, so he was protecting those people. In a boat with much armor. And guns. Aww. I mean, you know, that is what inflation does to a currency, though, because eventually, theoretically, so long as you're pissing people off, it will stabilize. It just might stabilize where you've got, you know, 100,000 Polish brands that is worth, 25 USD. You know, this happens. I need to look at what the color of the background's all is. Let's just do this. So we are entering a clown phase. Things will eventually be returned to other colors, but now is not that time. Everything's going to just be done up in white. A £0 note? Oh, sorry, a €0 note? A €0 note. Okay, so those are all, that's all the line work. We're gonna do another, stick everybody in here. Everybody into the pool. Whoop. You can see what I'm, look, can you even see what I'm doing right now? Just reorganizing layers. Because it needs to happen. Putting everything into folders and whatnot. You can go in here. You need to be named. These are ours. Oh, you have a good one. Well, that's kind of fun and interesting. There we go. Much better organized. Yeah. I guess they kind of have to be up here. You might be like, hey, you're drawing over the lines. That is true. I am drawing over the lines. And that does happen. It's all good though, because there will be layers above it that will cover up all the mistakes quote unquote that I'm making. No, these colors have nothing to do with the actual future colors of anything here.
All the barricades, I wanna know why they hold me back. Need a miracle to break me through, but I won't get that. If I was a real wonder, then I could save me from turning around. Lift me off the ground, and one day I'm free. Yeah, I wanna be a real wonder. Lift me up from under. Wishing I could be somehow
Scoops. Wheels. How's art going? Good.
If you wanna be a wonder, baby, come and show it. Tell me what you feel in your heart and your soul. There's nothing
It is a little what is it, color by numbers, sort of?
too hard to fix heartbreak. We grew apart, I made a mistake, but I'll try to make it up to you, my darling.
Ooh, I wanna be a real wonder. It is. It's sort of soothing to the soul for all the irritation that I've had today. Speaking of, I'm gonna make sure I hasn't made the phone call. He's done it. Ah, thank goodness. Okay.
You must walk on water, cause I'm drowning and you made it. Met you on the corner, first love, it was payday. Candy colored nails, match the candy coated bands. I needed your contact, my eyes bugging out my head, cause you hot as shit. Nah, just she African. Not no bottom, top notch out here. Love me like I love myself, love it when she smile at me. White teeth with a heart of gold, and I'ma put a diamond in it.
Ring, 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 ring.
Calling me, ring like the camera is free when she calling me. Ring, 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 ring
Like that. Oh, okay. Did we not? I feel like. Didn't we already receive one for this? Yes. Meant with hopefulness. Because it could be separate, or simply another. But we want to make sure. Ah! Oh my gosh, your chibi style is so adorable. This is Always Be by Netrum. Also waiting on an answer from WikiGG, because we are very much hoping that WikiGG will be able to suit our needs. Okay, bars, antler, water. What's funny is, like, usually if Nyx was fronting, she'd sing that song. I actually turned it down so that she didn't front. I'm a jerk. Anyway, so we've contacted WikiGG with the hopes that WikiGG will be able to suit our needs for, I suppose it doesn't matter if there's a hole there. For a wiki for our system, because we keep running into this issue, and now it's become a permanent part of the internet, much to our great irritation. That at least on YouTube, there's nothing to easily give people who are asking questions an easy answer. Because usually, like when we're on Twitch and someone's like, "Oh my God, who's talking?" I'll just be like, "Oh, look down." You can always look down. That's part of the, I'm William. There you go. There's the answer for you. But also, if you, in the future, want to know, you can just look at the descriptions underneath the stream. There is no descriptions underneath the screen for YouTube. There's nothing there. There's no page I can create. There's no data I can leave. There's no place I can give a link other than one singular link in my bio. We tell us a price. We aren't. There is no price yet.
When your heart is broken, you simply cannot trust what your mind is telling you.
Sorry? Internal, running things internally. How big is this?
You're just feeding your addiction. When your heart is broken, you simply cannot trust what your mind is telling you.
Give me a second here so I can figure this out. How do I literally forget something I read 10 seconds ago? Okay. Sent with questions for clarification. The reason why we made a scribbly thing was I needed to figure out exactly how much pixels we were talking about. Because there is a number of pixels there. Right? It's a beautiful scribble. It's a scribble of understanding how many pixels is in a picture. To be fair, if you were just starting out, this is off topic, but a definite recommendation. If you're just starting out with art and you're feeling like I can't draw anything, it's all really bad, and you start staring at that paper like it's a perfectly clean piece of paper, and you know you're gonna make a mistake, and you can't bring yourself to draw on it, take your drawing implement and scribble a scribble upon it. Now the paper is ruined and you can draw on it. The paper's ruined, it's ruined, it has a scribble on it, it's no longer perfect, it's completely ruined. That's how you get past it. How you get past the blank page. Scribble on it. Scribble on it, it's ruined forever, so you can move on from feeling like, I can't start drawing on this paper because I know it's gonna have a mistake and it's gonna be terrible, and no. Scribble on the paper. It breaks the cycle. It ruins the paper for yourself so that you can just draw. Many of my sketchbooks, the very first page is just a scribble. In fact, I have one old sketchbook that like has the scribble, but it also has an arrow pointing at the scribble saying this sketchbook is officially ruined, so now I can draw on it. Well, that's always fun too. When you do a scribble and then try and find a picture in it and then draw the picture that your scribble generated. I don't think this really. Oh, I could definitely draw something out of that, but let's not, because I've got to do work. How am I? I'm existing. Okay, let's turn this off. Let's turn this on. You don't like doing that? Like doing a scribble, doing a scribble and then trying to find a picture in your scribble? It's a fun exercise to do. Highly recommend it if you're feeling creative but you don't know what to draw. Scribble and then try and find a picture in the drawing. As a person who's existed, I rate the experience a 4 out of 10. That's true. That's true. I hear that. Existence sometimes just isn't fun. But you know, we do it anyway to spite, oops, that's the wrong, it's the wrong layer, you're supposed to do that. There we go. I exist to spite God! Yes, 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 yes. No, no, no. You're taking a break. Oh my god. Funniest conversation ever. I wasn't feeling well. Like, I was, like, really dissociated. I wasn't feeling good. And I had come down for dinner. And I go to my cousin. I'm just like, is there a way to just not exist for a bit? Like, just for a bit. Like, I don't, like, it's not scary. Scary. No, no, no. That's not that. That's not that. I just want to not exist for a bit. And he said, you mean take a nap? And I was like, yes! Yes! I'm so excited about this background. I'm like trying to make myself do everything else first, and now I'm like, okay, you got no, you've done it. You've done it. Now you can do the rest of it. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna leave that on just so I can get the sketchy sketches going. Instead of missile launchers, rangefinder. It is a commission from the Bobs of the slime puddles. Slime puddle, singular.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Ah, hydration is for the weak. A bit bright, isn't it? It's a bit bright, isn't it? Bit too saturated for what I want. So should I be doing things in 16-bit color? I feel like I should. Before the end of it all, tell me have we met, I'm like the ruins, something that I read and said, I'm a friend, and if I'm a friend, running now, take it now, tell me have we met, and said, Okay, I'm fine. Oh, you know what I should look up? End messages. Scroll. Hey, what are we? Castlevania 1 and... On the night there wasn't something that I written said. Ready from a friend. Take it now. Have we met? I'm a night that wasn't something. Instead, I'ma find out. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. That's fine. I was telling myself to resist going high saturation because generally speaking, I go way too saturated, way too gosh darn quickly, and it's always a bad scene. It's not great, and people deserve better. What I present. What if I'm a friend? I feel it. Don't I feel it? Don't I feel it? Don't I feel it? I feel it. The bandwidth is insane. I've been trying to play anything for hours with bad internet again. My own her new tablet off, and suddenly you can do stuff. Are we dealing with a boomer situation where she's got a whole lot of shit running on the fucking background, and like none of it's actually stuff she wants running in the background, but she's completely unaware that she's got shit running in the background? Because I hate when that happens. It has aspects of a bulldozer, but also a tank, and also snowplow, and also an ingot of iron. So many things. Yeah, but I bet you anything, on your mom's iPad, she'll have her mobile data active, she'll have 40 different things running in the background, she'll have sketchy ass programs that are being allowed to run at full fucking tilt in the background. Does she complain that her battery runs out all the time, or that her iPad gets super hot sometimes? Because I goddamn guarantee you, the reason why you can't use the internet and why the bandwidth's completely fucking ruined is that's the reason. You want to troubleshoot that for her so that you can actually use the freaking internet. I'm just saying as a suggestion. Well, the thing is, sketchy programs don't necessarily have to even be stuff that she downloaded intentionally. Like, for instance, on my Android, I had to uninstall dozens of programs that just came with the system. That just run in the background. And when you go, okay, fucking shut this down, turn this off, get rid of it, your Android goes, well, are you sure you don't want to re-upload them? I'm like, no, thank you. It's like, I don't, like, I had one, for instance, like Sportsnet. I do not do the sports ball. The only sports that I care about involves the hockey puck. And, generally speaking, I don't follow that closely enough to do anything other than laugh at the Leafs every time they fucking choke at the end of the season. If you love the Leafs and you don't understand that joke, you will. Because obviously you love the Leafs, so you should understand that joke. Where we should be, nicer sunshine forever free. The sunset is a fading, but the lights are gone. Ocean waves have just begun. Yeah, exactly. There's always pre-installed crap on every single system. It's always a complete shit show. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Where the stars up in the sky. Directions are to find. Under the stars up in the sky. There's a lonesome night. Under the stars up in the sky. Directions are to find. Under the stars up in the sky. Don't wanna take this, I don't wanna break it. Live in the moment, live in the moment, head is on the shoulder. You know what's really funny? This kind of dithering, you know what program has a tool for it? MS Paint used to, at least. Like back in the Windows 2000 era, Windows Paint had a dithering tool. It was really nice. If you don't know what dithering is, it's like a hallmark of pixel art. You'd probably recognize it. Like if you see it, you'll be like, "Oh, it's that." Yeah. And if you're like, "Well, so far it looks like you're drawing a castle, maybe not a castle." I'm busting up the background color. This. I mean, the other thing that MS Paint had was square tools. You know, for when you're working in pixel art, it's really nice to have a square tool instead of a round one. Who would have guessed? I bet you it'd be completely different again in on the Asian servers. Because they play the hell out of that game. We'll see how this looks with just this much dithering. Can easily add more. Now, is this a strict and proper dithering? No, it's not. It's a half dithering pattern that I'm using because I cannot be arsed to do more. If you're like, what would that look like? It would get that. It gets this Xy look I'm not very fond of. This kind of avoids the Xing problem by stretching it a little bit. Because you would dither at a half and then a quarter and then an eighth. And this kind of splits it into, I don't want to say a third, but it just avoids the boxiness of traditional dithering. Dithering, because it's weird to me.
Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will cue when I cut you out. It's karma. It's okay to hurt your voice in my face. I know you gotta bark when you don't got bite.
Tell me, what's that like? What's that like? Being that immature, looking up.
Immature, had enough. I'm so bored. I'm so
So bored. Bored. You are your baby, little baby. You gotta hurt us.
It's karma. It's karma. Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. Snip, snip, cutting no bullshit with a plot twist. Don't waste my time. I don't do toxic. I see you looking at me like she's so sweet. She's so nice. I can do what I like, right? Did I make you cry? I forgot that you're right. You know what you are. You're a baby, little baby. Now you got hurt 'cause you made me. Yeah, you know what you are. You're a baby, little baby, little baby. You only got hurt 'cause you made me. It's karma. It's karma. It's karma. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. I'm so bored. I keep dreaming, but my dreams keep flying away. A song with far beyond. Keep chasing them and I never rest for a day. It's something I don't do. I feel the wind blowing my face, but that's alright. I smile, people passing by. Some fall, some might not. One is looking for a shade when it's hot. I've been low key and I'm trying to stop.
God, I'm feeling good, yeah, but I do. The afternoon, it's our first. Into my life. The afternoon, it's our first. In the sky, looking at the sky. It's one of a kind.
Ran into you on the street. I wonder if you moved. Hope everything is going amazing for you. And you wanna feel it blue. I feel the rain pour down my face, but that's alright. I smile. People passing by.
Some might not
I'm always looking for a shade when it's hot.
feel key, and I'm trying to stop. God, I'm feeling good. Yabba dabba do it. Pretty afternoon, it's hot. It's the skylight, looking at the sky. Say it's one of a kind. Yabba dabba do it. I go. The afternoon, it's hot. One of a kind. Good, I'm feeling good. Yabba dabba do it. Pretty afternoon, it's half past 1. Looking at the skylight, looking at my life, and I got it. One of a kind. Yabba dabba do it. I go. Pretty afternoon, it's half past 1. Yeah, that looks good. Wasn't sure how far I wanted to go, but that's the reason why you zoom out. You zoom out, you go, does it look right? And if the answer is yes, then you're good. One thing is nice about how I did this is if I decide that I don't like how close that is, I can actually lift this up. Make it sort of slightly different times of the day. Just that I'm literally doing this so you know that when I lift this, it's not anything but me wanting to be able to see what I'm doing. Just like I turn off the line work. But my wrist is starting to ache, so we are going to save there. I'm going to find out from my cousin what's going on. might like that. I might like that. That's saved. Closing stuff, closing stuff. That can go at the bottom of my screen. Close that. Close this. Oh. I was about to ask you when dinner and I just got a message as I was starting to type that in saying food. I'm like, "Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, all right. Okay, well we'll be back at 10 p.m. EST to do more stuff and play more games. We'll be back then to do more stuff and play more games. That's right. Okay. That's completely thrown me off my game, man. Not that I had much to begin with, but yeah. At least we got some work done. It is the perfect time to get this done. So 10 p.m. EST, feel free to come back. If you aren't already following, feel free to follow on Twitch. If you aren't already subbed to us on YouTube, feel free to sub to us on YouTube. That's always a very nice thing to do. It helps us out and helps us, you know, helps us help out our family who's been helping us out for so many years. We will be doing a quick little thing here. There we go. We will see you guys later on YouTube. You all have a good night. For those of you who are on the stream on Twitch, we will be raiding out to a lovely person. We'll find someone nice to raid. If we can find someone. Maybe. If this will load. There we go. Raid channel. Let's see. I want to find someone who hasn't been streaming for too long. I don't believe I've ever seen Zombie Guts play a game before. Zombie Guts is an amazing horror artist. For people who have sensitivity to blood, it looks like there is some blood in their HUD, like blood-like designs, not actual blood. So if that's a sensitivity for you, just to let you know. Oh, but they've been streaming for 5 hours. They're probably not going to stream much longer. God damn it! I need to find someone who hasn't been streaming for 400,000 million hours. Why is everybody like me? Screw it, we're gonna go raid Kakyo, because they've only been playing for 2 hours. They're playing Grandma, which is Grandmaster, Demon on Backpack Battles, and Nyx highly recommends. So we will see you guys later. Y'all take care of yourselves. Y'all have a good night. Bye now.